We're going to show Ralph today, see what he can do with his buffs. I used him on my free-to-play account. He was doing really well, so I want to use him here on my main account to 3-star hell mode. See what he can do with those buffs, and then as I get books, I'm going to put books into him and see what he can do as a normal hero, like damage on his own. I don't know if it's going to be that great. He has really low multipliers, but this buff that he gives us with 80% attack plus 80% hit rate, so we don't miss, it does cost us 20% of our max HP. Every time we attack, we're going to see our health go down, but 80% attack along with 80% hit rate is pretty damn strong. Come join us in King Arthur Legends Rise. Download it with the links down below, and come and join us in Discord to hang out with friends and get all the help you'll ever need. We'll start out with Cormac with a 100% chance to crit, so we'll have really consistent numbers. We've got Ralph giving us those buffs, and we did 96,000. We're going to run this one more time so we can see that again, just to make sure it is consistent across the board when you have a 100% chance to crit. And of course, I hope we have the same debuffs. 96,000 again, so that's great. Now, let's take out Ralph and just bring in Tauren. That gives us 20% additional damage, overall damage, with Morgan on the team. 129. Let's run it one more time, just to make sure that that number is right. 129. Insane. All right, 20% additional overall damage is extremely strong, but let's bring that in with Ralph. Ralph gives us 20% additional attack as a leader skill on Audrey the bear. We'll bring in Arthur to get some really good damage. So we've got all these buffs, right? 80% additional attack. We've got his critical damage buff, his crit rate buff. So Arthur should be hitting really hard. Now this second hit is going to have 80% attacks doubled up, so it's going to be a very big hit of 177,000. One more hit and this bear should be dead. Now we are using the Storm Relic on Morgan because it's very powerful just in general to put up decreased defense plus 80% additional damage taken from time to time, and removing that buff. When we start that fight with that bear, Audrey, it has that 80% additional defense. We remove that buff. We put up our own decreased defense, and then, of course, 20% additional damage from Tauren and Morgan combo, and then 80% additional attack, plus the 80% hit rate from our Ralph. Strongman Ralph. Now, this is the fight we saw at the beginning of the video. I did have to make Morgan's speed a little bit faster so that we could go first above Tristan, because Tristan's pretty quick. He's got a speed ring on. He's got a speed orb on. So we need this to be able to land our debuffs first. We have Ralph come in, give us the buffs, and Tristan's so fast, plus he gets an attack gauge increase, that he's going to come back around and get his turn again, like before anybody else. And this is 2 applications of 80% attack. And that was on Hell mode, stage 10-2. Very quick for Hell mode. To be able to 3-star that, we did the first 2 stars, and of course, on any story mode stage, you can do the stars individually. So you get those first 2 stars, and then you get that 3rd star just by going through it with those heroes. You'd bring in 2 more flame heroes, beat it in 80 rounds. If somebody died, it's fine. You'll still get that final star there to 3-star that stage. All the gear for the other heroes will be at the end of the video with a little music, so you can check through that. Ralph doesn't need anything. This is why I use him on my free-to-play account, to make it through some of those story stages that are difficult. Just to get that additional attack, I use K. I do a big AoE attack with K, and pretty much everything dies. But we don't need any kind of chivalries. None of these chivalries increase his buff potential. All we're using him for is that one buff and nothing else. So we don't need chivalries. We don't need these passives. This is when everyone else dies and he does his own thing where he goes crazy. When attacking, there's a 50% chance to follow up and do all of this stuff. We don't care about that. All we want Ralph to do is give us this buff that says to battle, which gives us the 80% attack, 80% hit accuracy at the cost of 20% of our health. Unfortunately, everybody gets this buff. Not him. Everyone else gets this buff. And even if it's your healer is going to do an attack usually, even with the skill 1, and they're going to take away 20% of their health, so you're slowly going to die. I've used Ralph in Arena against people using the Flame Tauren to get the dodge, get evasion up high, so they can evade all the attacks, and it's fun, but if it's a longer fight, you're going to be in trouble because you do kill yourself. You really kill yourself, and you can do an attack, take 20% of your max HP and die, fall over. I've done it with my Morgan because she was so quick. She just attacked. Nobody else hit her. She did that one last move. She had under 20% HP and she died from doing her own attack. So that's not fun. But if you know you're going to come in there and kill something very quickly, this could be a fun play. As far as Ralph goes, like Ralph in general, he's got really low base attack. He's got decent multipliers on his skill 2s. Across the board, they're the same. I just don't know how viable he's really going to be. Ralph is one of those guys that when we played him in beta, when everyone else dies, he can go crazy. He has the potential to go crazy and do multiple attacks over and over and over again. For me to build him that strong and level up some of those abilities, which really you don't need to, because he's not doing this. Like when he goes crazy, he's not doing a normal move. He's going in and he's doing one of these other attacks. Where's it at? Sucker punch. Attacks 3 times. We get attack based off of attack and defense. So we could go really high defense with him. Remove all buffs. Plus he gets all these buffs here when people die. He gets that increased defense, damage dealt, attack speed increase 3 for the rest of the battle. He could be fun. So we'll have to try him out in other ways, especially with clan wars. He can be that one guy left standing and wreck the other team. Then he truly will be Wreck-It Ralph. Let me know your thoughts on Ralph down below. Are you using him anywhere? And come and join our Discord. Our Discord is there to help you night and day and to hang out with other people that love playing this game like you do. And if you're not playing King Arthur Legends Rise, download it with the links down below. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Appreciate your time, your love, and support. I will see you all in a video soon.